Hey guys, I just wanted to really quickly get on here and I wanted to say something just real quick. Just just because someone gets on their platform and they have this very matter-of-fact tone and they'll say things like especially when they the Greek when they pretend to know Greek and to be fluent in languages, that takes some time to be fluent in languages unless you grew up speaking it, right? But they kind of like they'll put on this facade like they really just understand the Greek so well. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe that again that takes a matter of deep studying to understand a language you didn't grow up speaking. Um, anyway, what I was my point right now is that just because people get on their platforms, right, and they say they'll act like something is in the Greek, this means this in the Greek. Oh, and it also means that. Don't just take people's word for something just because they sound matter of fact, just because they're coming very confident in what they're saying, and because they're telling you, this is what this means or that's what that means. It doesn't matter. You take everything before the throne, number one, of course, but also you research what they just said, especially if it's something where there's some differing opinions on the matter. When maybe on one end it's being said that, hey, actually this passage actually interprets to mean this, or and on the other end is saying, well, that's actually, not what that means. Or, just it's something that's worthy of study, which is pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. And then, of course, there are some things that are just, just they're not open ended. It's just very clear. But anyway, my whole point is always double check what they say. Be a Berean for real, right? Double check what they say. I just did it. Listening to someone because God has taken me down this journey of studying hell, studying Gehenna, and all of these, these things that where we've been taught one way, but He's taken me down this path of studying that for a long time now. And I kind of shied away from it, right? Because you know how you've been taught, and you're like, well, I don't want, no, no, no. He brought me back to the study, and I'm studying and stuff. And then, it's just interesting because now I keep hearing about it. So I know God is doing some correction on some misteaching. But someone was saying something today, and I'm not going to say who this person is because, again, I don't follow this individual, but I do come across some of their videos. And it's interesting again because I brought up something. Well, actually, someone brought it up to me a couple of about 2 weeks ago on a particular denomination. I mentioned the denomination, and now you're just hearing about it over and over again. I'm like, well, what's going on with this? What do they truly believe? But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that, but just to say, just because someone says something very dogmatically and they sound so self-assured and what they're talking about, and then they, especially when they start saying this means that or that in the Greek, look it up for yourself, research it for yourself, because that's what I did, and it turns out that's not true what he said, right? That's not true what he said. And I'm like, now that's interesting because the way he said it with his full chest. He said it with his full chest. But then when I look into it, because again, God has sent me. God has sent me through this study, and when I looked into what He said, does this word mean the same in both contexts? No, it didn't. No, it doesn't. There's actually questions around it. So, anyway, that was just something that I wanted to share, just really quickly, to say, don't take anybody's word for nothing. That's what Paul was he was very proud of the Bereans because they did that, right? They were just like, hold on, let me look. We have to continue to do that, especially if it's something God has been talking to you about, leading you into study. And then here they come saying something where you're like, okay, well, man, okay, okay, well, that's what they said. No, you have a Bible. Open it, read it for yourself so that you can know for yourself. Because there's a lot of people that's misteaching people and have been doing it for years. 4 years. So just wanted to bring that up, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless.